Hi everyone. Today I'm going to make Hungarian layered potatoes for you. I hope you'll join me and try out this really delicious recipe too. Let me tell you what you'll need. Bacon, sausage, garlic or garlic powder, potatoes, lots of sour cream, eggs, salt, and pepper. These are really the most important ingredients, and at the end, we'll sprinkle a little grated cheese on top. This dish has been part of Hungarian culinary culture since the 1840s. It's a really delicious one-pot dish, a bit fiddly and time-consuming to make, but you'll see that the taste makes it all worth it. Now, I usually cook the potatoes in their skins, but of course, if you prefer, you can peel them first. You need to add plenty of salt if you're cooking them in their skins, because the potatoes won't really absorb the salt's flavor. In the meantime, I'll also start boiling the eggs. If I counted right, I just put on 9 eggs. This can be more or less, depending on your preference. I've diced the bacon and sliced the sausage as well. I'm going to pour both tubs of sour cream into a bowl, then I'll thin it out with water, add some salt, and either garlic or garlic powder, whichever you have at home. Season this to your taste. I personally like it garlicky, and I also like it a bit salty, but you can flavor it however you prefer. After that, I set these aside, and all I have to do is wait for the potatoes to be ready so I can slice them into rounds and layer them in a dish. In the meantime, I want to tell you that I try to upload 1 or 2 famous Hungarian dishes every week, so if you come to Hungary or Budapest, you can try them. But I'll definitely also make some that are less well known, but just as delicious. I kindly ask everyone to please subscribe to the channel because I really need subscribers, and I'll also be posting videos about Budapest and Hungary as well. Walks in Budapest, programs in Budapest, and if we travel somewhere within Hungary, you'll see that too, plus various haul videos are also available on my channel. Meanwhile, our potatoes have finished cooking. You can check this by seeing if a fork goes in very easily, as you can see with mine too. You need to pour off the hot water from it. I usually pour cold water over it so the potatoes cool down, and then they're very easy to peel. And then after that come the eggs. I'll peel those one by one as well, and then my daughters will come and help me put together the layered potatoes. We usually make this classic dish in a glass baking dish, but I don't have one right now and haven't bought one yet, so I'll be making it in this duck roaster instead. But it'll be just as delicious in this as in the classic glass dish, which, by the way, I'm not sure if it has the same name abroad, but I'll put a picture here for you in a moment so you can see what kind of dish it is. But our layered potatoes will turn out perfect in this black duck roaster too. So on back to the sour cream. I thinned it out a little with some water. Meanwhile, my little daughter is stirring it. You can taste it here and add salt, garlic, and pepper to it. It's actually good if the consistency is a bit thinner, since we'll have a lot of potatoes. 2 kilos of potatoes will go into our pot, and the dish needs to stay a little saucy. Now comes the most fun part for the kids. They slice up all the eggs with this egg slicer. Of course, you can do this with a knife too, but the kids really love playing with this. And I like it when they help out with the cooking and learn how to cook, because that's an important thing. All right, I'm going to start slicing the potatoes. Don't worry if they don't stay in rounds. Mine didn't stay in rounds either. It depends on the quality of the potato. I think it depends on the starch content, but I'm not sure. It really doesn't matter. The taste of the dish will be exactly the same, whether the potatoes fall apart or stay in rounds. Of course, it looks nicer if they stay in rounds, but mine didn't either, so I just put them in the bottom of the pot with the bacon. Here, I didn't fry it beforehand. It's completely unnecessary because it will render out nicely in the oven. I'd put on a layer of potatoes, just enough to cover the bottom of the pot, and then the other ingredients will go on top. Now comes the egg. My little girl is starting to put the eggs on. Remember, it's very important that we don't put eggs on the very top. They should always go in the middle because if you put them on top, they'll bake and get a hard, unpleasant taste. So, the more eggs you put between the potatoes, the better. And absolutely do not put any eggs on top at the very end because it won't taste good that way once we're done with the eggs. Of course, I'm going to add a lot of salt. Don't be alarmed because the potatoes were cooked in their skins and didn't absorb the salt. And now comes lots and lots and lots of sausage. This is what will give the dish its spicy, delicious, piquant flavor. We'll start placing these one by one, putting them wherever they're needed. And keep doing this until you run out of potatoes, eggs, or sausage, and finish each layer by generously drizzling it with this sour cream base, this sour cream sauce. The more sour cream you put on the dish, the tastier it will be. This potato dish isn't good if it's dry. It's best when the potatoes cook in this kind of sausage and sour cream sauce. So I'm quickly finishing up the different layers as well. I ended up with 3 layers. By the way, we're already really hungry and can't wait to eat it. Meanwhile, the girls have been constantly sneaking pieces of sausage, potato, and even egg. They can barely wait for the food to be ready. Once you're done layering, you need to pour the remaining sour cream over the top and sprinkle it with another pinch of salt. You need to put the lid on the baking dish, and then it can go into the oven. As for what temperature you set the oven to, I have to say, it really doesn't matter. I think I'll put it in at around 220, 230 degrees. I'll put it in at between 220 and 230 degrees, but I used to have an oven that could only heat up to 180 degrees. That's fine too. You'll just need to cook the food a little longer in that case. As for when it's done, well, one sign is when the cheese on top melts, but you'll also see that the dish will be nice and juicy underneath, and the whole house will be filled with that delicious sausage and sour cream aroma. You'll be able to tell when the dish is ready, but I'll show you with my potatoes as well. At the beginning, what I usually do is not put the cheese on right away, but bake it for about 30 to 40 minutes without the cheese. Basically, there's nothing in here that needs to cook since we put the potatoes in boiled, but this way the sausage releases its juices and the bacon gets crispy on the bottom, so all the flavors come together. This is what it looks like after 30 or 40 minutes, and as you can see, I'm adding the cheese. This time I put the cheese in slices, and after 15 or 20 minutes, this is how our dish looks. At this point, it's ready. The cheese has browned nicely. You can see the sausage is well cooked and has turned a lovely color, and all that's left to do is taste the dish. It smells absolutely amazing. As you know, we Hungarians really love pickles. You can have it with beets, cucumber salad, fermented pickles, sweet pickles, or apple peppers. It tastes great with any kind of pickle. We happen to have cucumber salad at home, so that's what we'll eat it with. But you really need some kind of pickle on the side, okay? If you ever visit Hungary, you absolutely have to try them because we make incredibly delicious pickles. I haven't really tasted such good pickles anywhere else, or maybe I'm just Hungarian and this is what I'm used to. I wish you a good appetite for your lunch, for your meal. I hope you made it. Actually, this is an easy recipe. It just takes time. And definitely let me know in the comments how yours turned out, how you liked it. Send me photos of it, and please subscribe to the channel. At the end of this video, you'll see the recipe as well, if you want it, but don't forget to always add the spices to the dish according to your own taste. In the next video, which I think will be about goulash soup. Bye.